I'm an innocent man, Your Honor, and I have always been an innocent man.
You ever think justice might be a bit overrated? We all see those lawyers say they believe in innocence until proven guilty. But what if that's not always the case? These stories will make you wonder if anyone can actually get a fair trial anymore. John Bunn stood before the judge, his posture betraying years of hardship despite his youthful 14-year-old arrest by the notorious NYPD detective Louis Garcella.
I'm an innocent man, Your Honor, and I have always been an innocent man.
27 years, 16 agonizing years stolen behind bars, another 11 on parole, weighed heavy in the courtroom air as Bunn's unwavering claim echoed, "I am an innocent man, and I've always been an innocent man." Finally, evidence exposing misconduct turned the tide, releasing Bunn after his 27-year battle. Bunn's ordeal ignited a fight against a system that would steal no more innocent lives. Yet, as one innocent man was finally freed after decades of injustice, the same corrupt detective's misdeeds came back to haunt him in another shocking case. That same dishonest detective, Scarcella, trapped poor David Ranta despite no evidence tying him to the murder. Ranta was convicted based on a rigged police lineup and sentenced to 37.5 years to life. But over 2 decades later, a dramatic courtroom scene unfolded as the witnesses crumbled, admitting Scarcella had coerced their incriminating testimonies.
Mr. Ranta, to say that I'm sorry for what you have endured would be an understatement and grossly inadequate, but I say it to you anyway.
The defendant's motion to vacate the judgment of conviction is granted. Ranta's handcuffs were removed, and he embraced his family, walking out with all he owned on his back, a free man after his 22-year nightmare. What a dramatic scene from a courtroom, you think? Well, wait till you see this conviction that'll leave you shaking your head. When innocently escorting her daughter to McDonald's for a Happy Meal, Susan Mellen's world fell apart at the age of 42. It was an ordinary moment that ignited a 17-year nightmare. She was charged and convicted of murdering her ex-boyfriend solely based on the untruthful testimony of an informant who falsely claimed Mellen had confessed the killing to her. Decades were stolen from Mellen, her daughter's childhood missed, all because of one pathological liar's confession.
The judgment is vacated, the conviction is overturned, and as to Ms. Mellen, the case is dismissed.
Tears streamed down Mellen's face as the guilty verdict hung heavy in the air. Then, a dramatic courtroom twist as the informant's lies unraveled. In a scene bursting with raw emotion, the judge's words shattered Mellen's wrongful conviction. The judgment is vacated, the conviction is overturned, and as to Miss Mellen, the case is dismissed. Joy replaced years of despair in an instant as Mellen jumped with elation, finally free to reunite with her daughter over that long-awaited Happy Meal after 17 years stolen by injustice. While no compensation could erase her anguish, she could finally taste freedom. People like Susan, who are innocent, lose years. Now get ready to witness how Louis Vargas' life was drastically altered by a simple mistake. Louis Vargas' life took a devastating turn at 29 when he was falsely accused of sexual assaults in LA. Despite a complete lack of concrete evidence, flimsy similarities in descriptions led to his conviction and a staggering 55-year sentence. 16 years of his life were stolen behind bars. This miscarriage of justice is a stark reminder of the flaws in our system. Fortunately, Vargas was ultimately cleared after new DNA testing by the California Innocence Project. The prosecution's position was called into question by new evidence that the judge in the case accepted. Vargas' stoic face conveyed a lot about the years that were taken from him.
He is in fact innocent because the evidence will show that it undermines the prosecution's case.
But even the court's validation could not lessen the suffering caused by a broken system. Now, a shocking case where a teenager's coerced confession upended their life. highlighting the risks of juvenile confessions. Just 16 years old, Daniel Villegas was threatened and coerced by detectives into falsely confessing to a double homicide he did not commit, the only evidence used to convict him. After 18 birthdays and Christmases behind bars, Villegas finally got a third trial and a chance at vindication. The courtroom fell silent as the jury read their verdict.
The State of Texas versus Daniel Villegas. Verdict Form B. We, the jury, find the defendant Daniel Villegas not guilty of...
Not guilty. In that moment, Villegas' life sentence for a crime he never committed was shattered. You are no longer under any conditions. You are free to leave, the judge declared, granting Villegas the freedom to begin healing from his stolen youth and nightmarish injustice. Yet, even as Villegas walked out of the courtroom as a free man, the scars of his ordeal remained. Are you outraged? You should be. These cases prove our justice system is flawed. Unchecked power can ruin lives, but we can't change this. Hit that like button and share this video. Also, don't forget to leave your comments below. Let's fight for a system that protects everyone.